broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 6
Hello and welcome to TechCasm, friends. I'm Sebastian, your host. So today, of course, we got again some absolutely fascinating footage because every day we have new footage of UAPs. That's actually how often these things are recorded in the sky. So I'm basically doing daily videos on the most fascinating sightings of strange objects flying through our skies. So without much further ado, let's start and have a look at the footage that was filmed or uploaded within the last 24 hours. Now let's start with this one, friends. This I have seen posted so many times, and every time it's like, wow, this is amazing UFO footage. Wow, this is incredible UAP footage. Let's have a look, friends, and let's then think about what this could be.
Why is it flying low? Why? Hello? Keep recording. Okay, is it going?
That's right there. It's flying low.
Huh.
What the fuck? I'm scared.
It's flying up. It's flying up.
The door's locked?
Yeah. It's right there. That's the one still.
What is that?
Oh my god.
It turned about the other light. There's only one light now.
Why? That was weird.
Is that an orb?
I'm like, huh?
Wait.
Oh,
Wait, that's the car. Oh my god, what is that? Oh.
Oh wow.
oh.
What the f***? What the
Ooh.
Babe. Babe.
I'm driving.
What is this? This is an insane UAP.
Oh no.
Like, wow, this must be incredible UAP footage, right? Like, this is probably the best UAP footage. I've seen this posted on a few UAP channels. Friends, let's try to be critical, okay? Let's not fall for everything that looks a bit strange. Not everything that looks a bit unusual in the sky needs to necessarily be a UAP. And friends, this is what? This is a crop duster, okay? This is an airplane. This is a regular airplane. We can see it flying over the crop fields here in the beginning, and I suspect the video was made more blurry and the resolution was reduced on purpose so that we don't see enough detail, okay? And then in the end, when it gets super bright, like, oh god, those 3 lights, wow, this is so insane. Yeah, guys, okay. So here's a video of a crop duster, which is an airplane flying over crops, you know, spraying stuff onto the crops. This is how it looks at night over the runway. You can see how many lights these things have, okay? Look how many lights they have. And if you reduce the resolution and if you see it coming towards you from a certain angle, then it will look absolutely crazy with all the lights, and it's like, wow, crazy UFO. But in reality, friends, it's just a regular airplane. We need to be critical. If we want the UFO topic to be taken, look, see? So if we want the UFO topic to be taken seriously, we need to identify fakes. We need to be instantly able to identify fakes. If you see this video being posted, wow, this is such a crazy UAP, then I hope you know better. We need to be critical because not everything flying around in the air is anomalous objects from an advanced civilization. But 95%, unfortunately, of sightings will be complete garbage. I like to repeat this on this channel because I want this to be a skeptical UAP channel where we're very critical, okay? We're analyzing the footage very critically, but we're saying yes, UAPs exist, but we need to get rid of the 95% fakes and absolute and utter BS that is unfortunately being circulated in this space. And this is one of those examples. Now here, friends, is something interesting, an interesting development that I wanted to share with you, because disclosure, we all want disclosure, right? About the reality of UAPs and what the US government actually knows about this fascinating topic. And there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes in US Congress to bring us onto that path towards disclosure. And one representative very strongly advocating for disclosure is Representative Eric Burleson. And he says that he wants a special select subcommittee on UAPs. He wants to get it to need to know, get disclosure language in upcoming bills, and he wants to hire David Grush and Lou Elizondo for this subcommittee. Friends, this is quite fascinating stuff. Let's hear what Representative Burleson has to say.
Again, all the things before, I want to get a special select subcommittee on it. I want to get established, to get it staffed up, get it to need to know. I want to get the disclosure language in one of the bills.
If you got that, would you still want to hire Grush as staff on a select committee?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that would happen.
Yeah, I would try to, if I had any say in it, I would try to get them to hire Grush and Elizondo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dream
And
team.
just go after it.
That's right.
That would be that would be an absolute dream team, friends. I mean, Lou Elizondo and David Grush helping representatives in US Congress to formulate UAP language for future bills and future legislature. Friends, that would be a dream come true for bringing us on the path to disclosure, you know, step by step. We've seen in the last years all those, you know, hearings in US Congress, you know, the whistleblowers coming forward. These were the first baby steps on the path to disclosure, where we will finally get to know the truth about UFOs, UAPs, and about the reality in which we live in, because this reality was withheld from the public for now more than 80 years. And I would say it is about freaking damn time that humanity learns about the reality of the universe, about the reality of nature, of existence, that we are not alone in the universe. That is a profound realization, and it was kept from the public, but I think these things we see right now happening, developing in the US, are super important to bring us on the road, you know, towards disclosure, towards slowly dripping out the reality, preparing humanity for this knowledge that we are not alone in the universe, and there are civilizations older and more advanced than we are. Now here's a video that is really fascinating. It was filmed in Palm Beach, Florida, but over a year ago. It was filmed in February 2023 already. And we see a drone here, but this video is not about drones, but wait for it, an object that is visible in addition to the drone. Let's have a look, friends, and let's see if you can spot it. Nope. Did you see it? It's already over. It is a very fast object, very fast. Boop. It already passed. Now that is quite interesting. A very fast object passing above the drone at a higher altitude. Let's see if we can find out a bit more about this object. We've increased contrast a bit as always and zoomed in, and here's what we can see. You see? Here is the drone, and here we can see an object passing, but it is so fast that it is only visible in 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. It is only visible in 4 frames. That tells you a bit about the speed of this object. So let's zoom in even more. Let's zoom in even more, friends, and let's see if we can get some information about how this object might be looking. Aha! Look at this. Look at this. Hello! Now, this is an interesting ball just casually flying around in the air at a speed of that seems to be stupidly fast. A ball? Some ball flying around at a hilariously high speed. So I would say this is really some interesting footage we got here. And the speed of this object excludes, in my opinion, a bird. It excludes, due to this shape, also excludes an airplane, I would say. You know, yeah, it's very strange, very strange. So we could have a real UAP here, friends. We could have one of those orbs that we've been talking about in the last 2 weeks now, which were sighted all over the world. For example, the famous one, which was declassified by the Pentagon, which flew in a war zone in Mosul, Iraq, you know, where we have some pretty good photos even, and we see it's a closed metallic sphere, and this looks similar. It looks, okay, it's brighter, it's white, but it doesn't have any openings, and it looks to be a closed sphere going at a very high speed. So this is very interesting footage we got here. This could be a real craft by a highly advanced civilization, as crazy as it sounds. Now this next one I found interesting as well, really interesting. So this is of course in New Jersey, the Jersey shoreline, recorded by webcam. Let's have a look what the webcam captured yesterday at night. Now, if that isn't strange, and you can see here this blinking light, now that is probably an airplane. Okay, here, blinking light. Now this is how a plane looks like. But this ball here, and it appears to be quite close to the water, else you wouldn't see such a strong reflection. Now this is, I would say, very interesting footage, very interesting, and it looks like a ball. Okay, it has a ball shape. Now I would really love to see, here again you can see an object much further away, but this is really interesting footage, especially because we see the reflection on the water surface. So yeah, but I would really like to see the beginning of the video, where the object comes from. So I cannot make the assessment that this is 100% an orb or 100% something unusual, because it could be due to the low resolution of the webcam, and maybe it's an airplane coming towards the camera and it's foggy, and then combined with the low resolution and possibly with the bokeh effect, you might get, you know, this picture that it looks like a ball, a sphere of light, when in reality it's just a point-like light source, which then, you know, looks as if it was a ball of light. So I will not exclude that it could be an airplane, but I would say this looks highly unusual, and it could be an orb. It could be an orb here, but I do not want to make the definitive assessment in this case, because we didn't see the beginning of the video where this object came from. That would be really interesting in order to make a really good assessment of this video here. Now this next one here was filmed a few days ago in Warwickshire in the UK. And yeah, this here is really interesting. Let's have a look. Now, if that isn't a classic orb. Wow, just floating there. Wow. Oh, now it started moving. Oh, now it started moving. No blinking lights, nothing, just like a floating sphere of light. Wow. That's good. That's a good one here. That's a good one. I like it, especially because it just was still in the air. Also very important, like we see a car driving by. See the car? Now why is that important? Because we can look at the lights of the car and we compare it here to this light in the sky. And we see that the car is also quite far away, right? So if this was bokeh effect, if this object looked like a sphere, like a ball of light, just because the camera is not in focus, then these lights here of the car would also look very similar in size and appearance, right? But they don't. They are much smaller and much more in focus. See? See how small these lights are here? How small they are compared to this big sphere of light floating in the sky? Now that's really interesting. And so he zooms in, and then, insanely, the object starts flying away. Now that is really interesting. Friends, we have something really interesting here because this appears to be a real sphere of light that has been captured here. I don't think it's an airplane. We saw the bokeh effect can be excluded, so it's not due to the limited focus of the camera. So yeah, this is a sphere. This is a sphere of light just hovering in the air and then just slowly flying away when it notices that this person is filming it. Strange, isn't it? So the person starts filming it and then it slowly starts going away. Kind of interesting. And it also doesn't look like a drone because yeah, it's too big. It's too round. It's like a flying sphere. Really interesting. Really good footage. This could be a real UAP here, friends. A real UAP. A plasmoid, I don't know, craft around UFO built by an advanced non-human civilization. However you interpret this footage, I would just say it's probably not a drone or something man-made. Now this next one was filmed in France on the 4th of January in the evening at the city of Marquette-les-Îles, I think. I hope I didn't pronounce it wrong, my French friends, mes amis français. So let's have a look. What? What is that? Let's have sorry guys, let's have a look again. It came out of nowhere. Look at this. Nothing there. Nothing. And suddenly, boop. Boop. There's a big sphere of light again. Nothing there. 1 second. Boop. Suddenly a big sphere of light. That's interesting. Now it vanished. Oh wow. Okay, I assume this is the same object seen from a different perspective? Wow, okay, that is interesting. Okay, while I was still maybe a bit skeptical about this one because it has a very limited resolution. Like, see, it has such a limited resolution that even the street lamps appear to be big spheres of light. So this could still be a drone that, due to the limited resolution and the bokeh effect, our eternal enemy, the freaking bokeh effect, that due to this, it appears as a ball of light, right? However, then in the second clip here, I think this can be excluded because we see the resolution is pretty good. Okay, we see a lot of detail. We see actually pretty good resolution with this electricity mast here. And this object here certainly doesn't appear like a drone. Look at this. Look at this bizarre thing here. it appears to consist of several smaller objects. What the? Okay guys, we have to analyze it with enhanced contrast. Okay, so we're zooming in here now to this bizarre orb, right? This bizarre orange orb. And look at this. Look how it seems to be rotating in some strange way. Okay? Let's look at it again in real time. This is a continuous big ball of light, friends. I don't think it is a drone. That is a super weird behavior for a drone. This looks to be a real orb to me, okay? I think this is a real orb, like the one before from the UK. And look how it's rotating in some way. You see? At some points, it seems to consist of several, like let's zoom in even more. It seems to consist of several smaller objects. Look at this. Here we can see this smaller second object as if it's rotating around each other, like the smaller second orb is rotating around the bigger one. What on earth, friends? This is insane. Look at this. How it's changing its shape, how it's wobbling around, like changing its shape and everything. This is what we want to see, friends. This is what we want to see, okay? Like this is a strange object. This is a plasma ball, a plasmoid, a sphere of light, whatever they are, whatever those orbs are. Are they plasma entities? Are they UAPs? Are they those round craft that at night ionize the surrounding air, or due to some other effect of their propulsion system, of their anti-gravity propulsion system, kind of like, you know, capture light in some form and make the object glow, when in reality it's just like this round orb craft? I don't know, but it's fascinating footage, really fascinating. In case you don't know what the bokeh effect is, here I have a perfect visualization of the bokeh effect. Someone filming a point light source and zooming in, and let's see what happens now when the person zooms in. You see here this light? Okay, it still looks like a point, but look what happened here. You see? The camera zooms in a bit more. Everything still looks sharp, right? Everything still looks sharp. But now, what has happened? The camera zoomed in too much, it lost focus, and see how suddenly all the lights, even the street lights that look like a point light source, suddenly they started going blurry, okay? And these are, friends, these are not suddenly orbs, but it's the street lanterns. We saw them before just a second ago, how they were sharp and in focus, but now they aren't in focus anymore, and this is what I mean by the bokeh effect. And now the person zooms into this object, and of course now it looks like a round ball. Well, because it's out of focus. The street lamps also looked out of focus and like round balls. So this is not the true shape of this object, friends. Please be careful. I beg you, be careful and do not fall for this ridiculous stuff. This is not a real orb. This is just the bokeh effect. That's what I mean by the bokeh effect, friends. We have to be careful because we want this to be a really scientific and accurate channel about UAPs where we are really strict. We are like, okay? We only want we only want the good footage here. Like we want the real UAPs here on this channel and not the flood of like fakes and weird misattributions and bokeh effect and whatever. So I hope I could show you a false positive. This is not a UAP, this is not an orb. The one before now, that was an orb. Now yes, that was an orb. We saw everything was in focus, but here, no, here, it is not in focus anymore. Even here you see the street lights, no. I hope you can see that so much is happening every single day on this planet, and I didn't think it possible that actually I could do videos about UAPs every single day with new footage, but here we are now. I'm doing these videos every single day, and every single day we get new incredible footage. Every freaking day! So, and as long as this goes on, I will keep making videos, because if every day we get new incredible videos of UAPs, I will every day make videos about it. That's what's going to happen. And thank you so much for watching, friends. Thank you so much for watching this more critical channel. We want to be a more, critical-minded channel about UAPs, because we want to get rid of all the noise and we want to improve the signal-to-noise ratio. We want to get to the bottom. We want to get to the bottom of the UAPs. We want to find out their true nature. We want to find out what they are. So we have to be critical. We have to be more like a debunker, but an open-minded debunker, okay? We are like debunkers, but like open-minded debunkers. We debunk the stuff that is not UAPs, but if we see something that has all the characteristics of a real UAP, then we say, guys, we eliminated all other possibilities. It freaking has to be a UAP. Thanks again for watching, friends, and thanks to our Patreons for supporting the channel. You people are amazing. And if you have some interesting footage, please don't hesitate to contact me and send me your footage via email. I'm always very happy to receive some fascinating footage of UAPs from you people all around the world. Thank you so much, have a wonderful day, and see you in the next video. Bye!
What was that? It came from the sky. Yo, what is that?
The geese stopped.
Oh, I saw it!
We are investigating the New Jersey drone.
SUV-sized drones?
All over New Jersey.
You're so compromised.
This has got all the elements of like a Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Is that a cop?
I'm being pulled over.
There's a light! There's a light!
I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it.
That is a light on the ocean.
I see it! I literally see it!
And it's just hovering.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a grave announcement to make. Those strange beings who landed in the Jersey farmlands tonight has effectively cut the state through its center.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Project Fear. I'm going to dive right into this. Right now, I am currently sitting in New Jersey, and I am about to start a 3-day investigation of the New Jersey drones/UFOs. From dusk until dawn for the next 3 nights, I will be watching the skies in some of the biggest hot spots all across New Jersey. Tonight I'll be alone, but tomorrow I will be joined by Connor, who will be helping me out with this investigation. I'm sure you've heard what's happening, but basically there has been a mass sighting drone/UFO event going on in New Jersey since November of 2024.
As for numbers, the FBI says it's received more than 3,000 tips from the public about drone sightings going back to November 18th, all over New Jersey.
One after another, these drones appeared in the night sky.
This is a real phenomenon. We're not making it up. We're not hallucinating.
There are a lot of concerns that have turned to frustration and anger, frankly.
SUV-sized drones? How do you explain that part? You think people just get the size wrong, Ryan?
These things appear to be close enough to the ground where I think I have pretty high confidence in the size predictions that they're estimating.
After all this time, we still haven't captured any of these things. We still haven't brought them down.
The FAA has now issued a temporary ban over nearly 24 towns and cities.
The response that I'm getting is that we don't know whose drones these are.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are?
That's right.
It's crazy.
I've been able to talk to some very important people. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
I don't think we do know whose they are or even what technology they're using.
They go dark when they're approached by other objects. They're not getting picked up on FLIR at times.
First of all, they're moving silently in some cases, and they're not really afraid to be seen at night.
We can't tell where these dadgum things are coming from or where they're going. And right now, we are so compromised, I feel.
This has got all the elements of like a Close Encounters of the Third Kind story, right?
Whatever this winds up being could wind up being something truly paradigm changing in the way we look at things.
I mean, this could be the beginning of something, or it could be nothing. Who knows?
I have been studying this non-stop since the day it happened, almost to an extent that is unhealthy. It seems that 90% of what people are seeing are these mysterious drones. These things look like they could be our own military. They probably are our own military. They're doing things technologically that we have not seen before. And they're only seen at night, which is the weirdest thing.
I can see them right out my bedroom window, but it's normally anywhere between like 7:30 and 10:30, they're out here. Never during the day. Nobody ever sees them during the day.
Why are they breaking protocol by operating only at night?
And these specific drones are weird. They don't look conventional. Even though they have blinking lights and flashing lights, these videos I'm showing you right now are the ones that really are strange. I genuinely don't know how they could have staged something like this. It seems like the drones are our military, but it's definitely like tech that they haven't unveiled yet.
There they are. There they are. Yo, look, looks like a triangle. It looks like a triangle. They look like a triangle. And an F-16 just flew over.
They're like just hanging there in the air. One there, one there, one there. And it looks like there are orbs all around it, and it's crazy. I can't believe I'm witnessing this. This has been going on for 5 minutes now.
Now, you have the drones, but then the other very obvious and apparent thing that I'm noticing is that 5 to 10% of these claims are not drones. People are seeing strange orbs of light in the sky. They come in all colors, white, red, orange. And the orbs definitely are not drones. These things have a constant light. They're not blinking or flashing. And these orbs of light seem to hover and maneuver in ways that are just not possible by our understanding of today's technology. I'm going to show you some of the orb sightings that have happened in the last 2 months that I have found the most captivating.
I just found 3 mystery drones in the air. This is wild. That was moving quick. That mystery drone up there is still there. It's been like maybe 10-15 minutes.
But it really does seem like you have a ton of these drones and also these very, very unexplained orb sightings. My opinion is that these orbs are the actual phenomena that's going on. Now, before I get going here and then start my first night, I want to talk to you guys about the real reason I'm here. The reason why I felt obligated to pick up all my stuff and come out here and check this out. I was curious. I wanted to find out for myself what is going on in New Jersey. How long has this been going on? So I scoured the internet and I looked through thousands, I'm not even kidding you, thousands of sightings, videos, claims, everything. The main source I used is an iPhone app called Enigma Labs. New Jersey has over 5,000 sightings. What I'm about to do is highlight something that is getting little to no attention at all, which I find kind of weird. The media and everyone will have you believe that these sightings started on November 18th, 2024. And that is just not even close to the truth. This isn't just a recent event. It just recently is getting attention. And I'm talking about both the orbs and the drones. And I've seen no one point out any of these videos. I'm just gonna do a montage right now of what I found. So first we're gonna start with the orb sightings or the balls of light.
There's a black spot there.
Yeah, there sure is.
That's so weird.
This one was taken July 1st, 2023 in Maple Shade, New Jersey. It's just like a gray metallic sphere.
Moving in a way that I've never seen an airplane move.
Dude,
What the fuck is that?
Now the movements on this thing seem way too fast to be a drone. And in her description of the post, she said it was really windy out, which would make it hard for a drone.
Dude. What the It dropped all.
This one took place in Berlin, New Jersey on June 9th, 2020.
See the shining light?
Yeah, what do you think it is?
I don't know, but I don't think it's a plane. It doesn't look like a plane.
Plane is longer. It has like 2 red lights. What did you think it was?
Unless it's like a drone or something like that.
This one's creepy because the whole family clearly can see it and they're quite disturbed.
Right there, I got it. I got it. I got it on the video now.
Can we go and can you unlock your car?
This sighting happened November 14th, 2020 in Cream Ridge, New Jersey.
Yep. What the hell is that? It's not. Get a picture of that, right? I am. I thought it was a cell phone tower first. It's not. That's not. No, that is weird. Do you see the colors of that thing and the shape?
That one right
there just appeared out of nowhere.
Once again, you can hear just the kind of panic and discomfort in their voice.
I can still see it.
It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Okay, so that turned from red to orange, didn't it?
Yep.
And now it's like almost white, and it's moving to the right now, away from the other one. That's not an airplane. It would have moved by now. Only thing it could be is a drone. There's another one below it. Here it goes. It's going up. There's 3 now.
Yeah, there's that third one.
And the top one just...
The top one just disappeared.
Dude, if that's not a drone, it's a UFO. You see the third one behind the tree? And the third one and the second one.
What the
You see that?
Yep.
But the one is bigger than all the other ones.
Yep. Babe, get out here.
This sighting is from Manahawkin, New Jersey, October 21st, 2012. This was from a pizza man making a delivery past midnight. Now he sees this weird blue light and he decides to pull over and film it.
What? Where the
103.7 WNG. Spending the night here with you now.
All we see is this weird orb. He said he really couldn't make out a definitive shape, but that the thing had 3 horizontal, blue changing to bright green lines, extending from a center reddish-orange sphere in the middle. It seems like that's a common theme in some of these older videos, is people describing what they're seeing being way more detailed than what the camera's picking up. This one happened July 19th, 2018 in Lodi, New Jersey. This man was stargazing on a vacation with his family on one of the clearest nights of the week.
Whoa, there's 2 of them.
What is that?
Oh my God.
Wait, what is that? What the?
Holy shit, guys. Holy shit, guys. Oh my God, I got this all on tape. Oh my God. We're seeing something, guys. I'm serious. That was something there. That was weird. Man, did you see that?
He witnessed 2 lights appear out of nowhere, which he described as straight over the horizon of the ocean.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, where'd the one go? Oh my God!
Yes, yes.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
Oh my. What the hell is going on? Oh my God.
They're gone. Look at that.
Wait,
They're gone. That's Mars. That's Mars right there.
that was no normal shit there.
No, dude. Holy shit.
This sighting happened July of 2014 in Barnegat, New Jersey. Now, just for context, this is her filming her old Samsung phone, so this is a video of a video.
What the heck is that?
What the hell is that?
What's what?
That thing, the red thing.
Oh my God. Sal. Well, it's probably another.
What the hell?
Jake, go outside. Look at the sky. Look at the sky. There's 2 UFOs.
Calm down, Sal. They're not UFOs.
Now, her husband is on the phone with their son, and she wrote in her post that the reason she kept saying they're not UFOs is because she didn't want to scare her son.
One of them just landed. Up in the sky.
Look, tell him look for a green and red light.
You see it? One just landed.
It's not a UFO. Calm down.
Yes, it is.
Tell Jake I said it's not a UFO. It's just something strange.
To us, the viewers, this looks like glowing, orbs or spheres, but she described it as triangular in shape. So this sighting happened in Millstone, New Jersey, January 28th of 2015. And this man captures strange blue flashing lights in the sky.
Bay, come here.
Now, I have to say, the audio in this video is probably the funniest commentary I've ever heard in a UFO sighting.
Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
I'm looking, Dad.
Get off.
But we will get to that later. We'll get to that later. We'll show this one later. Now let's get to some of the drone sightings. Yes, there have been drone sightings well before November, or at least crafts that look like drones.
What?
This one happened in Mantua, New Jersey, 2015.
What is that?
It's described as a triangular UFO that hovered for over 45 minutes.
Holy crap. Dude, what the fuck is this? Dude, look at this thing. It's not even moving, dude. It's
triangular.
The witness said, "I have never encountered any aircraft like this in my life." This one happened in Monroe, New Jersey, June 29th, 2015.
That's it. There's two things, and then there's something connected to it. I'm telling you, you can't see it from the picture, but you could see it in real life.
The heck is it?
We can only see so much here, but what the young girl is describing is pretty creepy.
Mom, come to the side.
What?
I'm not joking. Look it, you could see the thing around it. Do you see that?
It's the freakiest thing. It's just coming up as like two little dots, though.
Yeah, you can't see it on camera. You have to see it in real.
This is what the witness described. They wrote, "In the sky there was a large big light attached to a smaller light by a black bar." This sighting happened in Lenoka Harbor, New Jersey, October 18th, 2023. The witness wrote that they walked out and looked to the left and saw these hovering lights changing position and brightness. There was no sound at all, and it was definitely not a drone. Now this last one I'm going to show you is the weirdest one by far, but it reminds me a lot of the jellyfish UFO, which is footage from our military that shows a jellyfish-like object flying over a base in Iraq. But let's get to this sighting in New Jersey, which happened in South Amboy, New Jersey, December 3rd, 2020. And this to me looks very similar to the jellyfish UFO. I'm curious what you guys think. Now the witness thought that they saw what appeared to be a head moving and looking to the side. They described this craft as a being, not even a craft. I don't know what I see here, but it definitely reminds me of the jellyfish UFO. This one's bizarre. This is the reason I'm out here. Once I saw all this, I was like, I have to come out here. I have to start investigating this. Some of those sightings I just showed you, I'm surprised I've never seen before. And I don't think any of you probably have seen these either. But please, if I feature a sighting in this video at any point and you know how to explain it, comment below, let me know, because I want to know. I really do want to know what is going on. So let's get into this. What I'm going to do tonight is just go to a couple different counties and areas where there have been sightings. All right, here we go. Off to my first stop. Okay, well, this is definitely a really good view here of the skyline. As you can see, we got a full look here. A lot of flying stuff out there, just nothing that looks like a drone yet. In front of me right now is the Round Valley Reservoir. So when you look at the map, one of the cities to the right of me is called Somerset, where just last week there was this white ball of light, a white orb. Directly in front of this reservoir is Bedminster, New Jersey, where Trump has one of his houses.
Hey, Ernie and Candace, the FAA has placed a temporary restriction on drone flights over Picatinny Arsenal and over Trump National Golf Course.
Clusters of large drones swarming the skies near the Bedminster Golf Club.
Our military knows where they took off from. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster.
Right in front of me on this very reservoir, I was able to find a police report. Gregory witnessed a drone that landed inside the woods near Round Valley Reservoir. He called the New Jersey police that also observed it. After they entered the woods, it was no longer illuminated and was gone. So this is the only confirmed, 100% confirmed drone crash that I can find. And what are the chances it's just a couple miles in front of Bedminster? What I like about this spot is I can see just about 360 degrees. There's not really a lot of tree coverage. And we got a police report of a downed drone. So we know that they're close. That's looking like a plane. We got a car coming. How's it going?
Good, you?
I'm doing a little YouTube video. Is that okay if I film you?
Well, here, let me, give me the details.
I have a channel called Project Fear. Because of this stuff, I flew out here today. I'm gonna be
Yeah, where are you from?
Vegas.
Yeah, probably not on video, but
Yeah.
honestly, I've been following all this closely.
What do you think about the ocean? Because I've heard...
I'm a free dive instructor, and
Okay.
I literally, up into this, I've been avoiding and fast forwarding past all UAP stuff coming out of the ocean because it freaks me out. We're doing breath hold dives deep in the ocean in darkness, so do the math, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think there's some truth to that theory that
Yeah,
these things
they are.
coming
There
up?
is. Yeah, this dude filming them coming, you know, 2 at a time from the Atlantic overhead. He said if I stood here for half an hour, there'd be 100. So what is that? Do that math. Like, where are they coming from? You have to assume the government knows.
He didn't want to be on camera, but he definitely said some very interesting things. I know what you guys are probably thinking watching this video when you're seeing all these lights in the sky, like, look at that, Dakota. But don't worry, every single light I look at, I'm making sure it's a plane before I stop giving it attention. I decided to use the sunroof on the car. It's gonna be interesting because it's very obvious to me, at least, that these are all planes so far. What do we have here, folks? Let's see, is this a plane? Not gonna lie, it looks really weird. That's the same plane I was tracking, but it's kind of weird because now it's turning around and coming back this way. So that plane was going this way, right? And I just saw it turn, and now it's going back towards this direction. And it's very low. It's so low you can hardly see it. That's a weird one, guys. I didn't hear it. But the thing is, it's definitely got blinking lights. Like, it's definitely... probably a plane, but just a little weird. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here now. It is 9:40, and I'm gonna head to the next spot. I got about a 45-minute drive. I'm heading northeast towards the Picatinny Arsenal.
The FAA is continuing to temporarily restrict flights over the Picatinny Arsenal military base.
The Picatinny Arsenal released a statement today saying that those drones definitely did not come from them.
The Arsenal says it's working with local, state, and federal organizations to obtain more information.
All right, this is it.
You have arrived.
Obviously it's closed and fenced off. What I'm gonna do right now is just kind of drive around town and just try to find an area with a decent view. So I didn't realize how big the Arsenal is. I've made several turns now where I pull into the base where I'm not supposed to be. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just took another wrong turn. I'm back at the base. A different entrance. I don't know where I'm going, guys. I just keep turning into the military base. I'm sure there are police watching me. Okay, found a spot. So, this elevated piece of land right here, that is the Picatinny Arsenal. And I think this is like a construction zone. I'm gonna be able to spy. Here we go. go. We got a plane for sure. Yeah, I can see that one pretty dang clear. That's a plane. I think the creepiest part about this is that this is an active military facility, and as a civilian, you cannot fly your drone here. It won't even let you fly your drone. Somehow these drones were able to just fly right in and hover above this base. So one of the cities directly in front of here is called Sparta. And there was a sighting in Sparta not too long ago, looking in the direction of the Picatinny Arsenal.
Looks like one is trying to approach the one I'm filming. It's hovering around it. There's a third one to the right. This is some wild shit. Right above a mountain range. Yeah, I got it right now. Let's see if it gets a little closer. The light below is a house in the mountain. So these are less than probably 100 feet above that house right now. Obviously, both are not moving. These are stationary drones, not helicopters, not planes.
I mean, those lights were hovering directly above it. And you just saw me trying to even get close to that place, and it's completely locked off, completely blocked. So what was that? A plane up there. Right there, right there, right there. Guys, no joke. Holy crap, that came out of freaking nowhere. What the heck? That was weird. Above me, I heard a very quick, high-pitched sound. It was pure white. I saw no markings on it or anything. Could have been a plane, like some sort of a government plane or a private plane, but definitely kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I have been staring at the sky, and it came out of no. There it is again. There it is again. Same exact thing, guys. Same exact thing. What is it? See what I'm saying? There's no markings. It's definitely like a manned aircraft, but it's just a weird looking little white plane. Same path as the last one. I don't think that was anything obviously supernatural, but very low flying aircraft, and they come fast. Literally, it came out of nowhere. Next thing I know, it's above my head both times. And right as that second one passes, now the dog is barking. Some dog past the woods. Once again, not saying it's anything, just creeped out. Hello? Guys, I'm hearing something walking. Coming right towards me. It's probably an animal, but there's something really big moving. And I'm in the middle of nowhere. I just got creeped out. It's weird though, I couldn't see anything on my camera. That was creepy. Ooh, okay. You could definitely hear it in the audio, I just couldn't see anything. The noise was coming from in these woods. I don't see anything. going on here? Something's going down. Weird night. What a weird night. I'm getting pulled over.
Can I see your driver's license, registration, insurance, please?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a rental agreement or anything?
Have you seen any of the drones around here?
Yeah, plenty of them.
Have you, seriously?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, really? Where are you headed now?
Honestly here. I was just kind of looking for a spot to check out the sky.
All right, just sit tight for a minute, okay?
Yes, sir. Oh my God. I got pulled over because I took a wrong turn. Can I ask where you've seen these things? I'm trying to like find a good spot to look at the sky.
So honestly, we got like a lot of calls about them, and they were pretty much like everywhere.
Really?
Sometimes there'd be like 15, 20 of them.
What did they look like?
Like, you know, like a small one. Like, then there was one that was probably like the size of your truck.
What?
It looked like an airplane, but when you like hit it with a spotlight, you could tell it wasn't an airplane. It was flying much lower than an airplane.
Dude.
So there was just all sorts of different ones. It was definitely weird. I remember the one night, it was actually like back over here. We have a big industrial area, and there was literally like 20 of them
really?
Covering over the area and stuff. Yeah.
Dude.
We're pretty close to Picatinny Arsenal, which is a larger military thing. Okay,
that was really weird. So you think there's something for sure kind of up in the skies, just unexplained?
Yeah, I mean, somebody's manning them and flying them. The one interesting thing that I found was that it's always at night. It was never like during the day. Like during the day, they all disappear, but at night, like it seemed like they flourish. So,
do you have any like claims of the ocean being tied to this? Because I've heard people telling me that like they're coming off of the ocean, these drones.
Like I know, like I think it was like Monmouth County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah.
Set something up like near the beach, and we're trying to follow them and all that type of stuff. But
like this is crazy. This is like a world phenomena right now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well, what's your YouTube channel?
It's called Project Fear.
Project Fear.
That was freaking weird. Just got pulled over, but I learned a lot, so kind of glad. That police officer was so serious about these claims. He didn't even bat an eye when I asked him. That's weird, because that's a police officer. Pretty credible. So I am in Fairfield, that's where I am. He pointed me in this direction, the industrial kind of area, which is right where I'm parked right now. The reason I'm in Fairfield is because right here in May of 2024, this guy saw 3 orbs flying through the sky. He said he was watching TV in his hotel room.
Y'all see that? That is not a plane.
Broad daylight, middle of Fairfield. Crazy. I am also right near the city of Lodi, and Lodi is where that family had the 2018 experience where they saw all those balls of lights hovering over the ocean.
Yes! Yes! Oh my God! Look at that!
Now, just ahead of Fairfield here is a city called Belleville. Now, there was one video that completely struck me that came out of Belleville, and it's this one. This video was recorded just a few weeks ago. Something somehow gets detached from it. A second drone. Like, I've seen a lot of drone videos, but I've never seen one where something comes off of it. I mean, the mayor of Belleville is even bummed about this. Like, he wants answers.
They don't know who's controlling the drones. They don't know where the drones are landing or taking off from. None of the above.
They know absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's actually shocking and appalling because we went down there wanting answers.
It's definitely late for a plane to be flying. but there are still planes flying, I'm sure. Let's see what this is. Well, that's a plane. That's a damn ass plane. Plain and simple. Okay. Now, another city right next to me here is called Livingston, where there was a claim in 2021.
What is that?
Those are UFOs.
Bro.
Thought I had a UFO. The damn Cessna. Fuck! Watching the sky. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for night one. You know, I saw some interesting things, but nothing concrete for sure. These next 2 days are gonna get a lot scarier. I have saved the worst stuff for last when Connor's with me, so I'm not alone. Once I get back to the hotel, I do have something really scary to tell you guys. Something I've kind of been holding on to until right now. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about something freaky. And this is something that I have seen no one else talk about. I had to do a ton of research just to connect these dots. This is the scariest sighting I've seen. So back when this all started and the videos started circulating, there was one video that I absolutely had no idea how it was possible.
No, there's red lights and a blue light, and then they were
The 3 balls of light suddenly disappear. Then they call out that a plane is about to pass right by.
I don't know.
I'm waiting for it to light up again, because a plane just flew past it. See, what the fuck?
What?
Oh, those fire... What? What just happened?
What is going on?
What is that shit? What? When did those turn into fireworks? I'm so confused.
What is going on? You get all this.
Do you know what this is? Like, do you see those floating around? What
There's a
is
fourth
that?
one, too.
You can't tell me those are balloons.
Can they be?
It was a triangle-shaped object, and now it's those? I'm so...
Balloons can form triangles.
But do they do that? What
No, they
fuck?
don't do that.
They start imitating fireworks. The creepiest thing is that you can still make out the 3 balls of light. They're still just hovering there, but now spraying sparks, almost like they're imitating fireworks.
What am I watching?
It's so confusing. Am I dreaming?
No, really, what the is happening? I don't want them to go. I want to keep looking at them. I can't believe I just saw that.
I've looked everywhere for someone to give me an explanation, and it just doesn't make any sense. So I obviously kept that story in the back of my head as I continued to dig deeper into New Jersey. But when I was digging, I came across a video from 2018.
It's aliens.
They're floating in the sky.
They
what
are.
If they're drones, though? What if they're full
They're
drones?
not drones. No, look how long they are.
Oh my god, they're flying around. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
There's
god.
4 of them.
I
There's
think
4
it
of
has
them.
long legs. Can you see that? It
Yes.
looks like long legs on it. They can all combine into one. It's what keeps happening. Why are they going over there though? What is over there?
Wait, they just went out.
Oh my god.
Wait, see if they come back. Look at that.
Oh my god, now what's happening? What
Is it fireworks?
That's what I'm saying. Is it fireworks from really far away?
No, it can't be. It's in the sky.
I don't hear them though. I always hear fireworks.
Yeah, there's no sound.
three
there they go
lights.
again.
There's
There they go.
three lights.
Get it.
Shh, I am, but be quiet, Mom. Mom,
It's
people.
aliens.
Look at the lines
Richard,
right
look
there.
at the lights in the sky.
What are those? Is that like a
Mom.
like a
It's
like
an alien. It's like an alien.
Oh
We're
my
witness-
God.
Do you know what we're witnessing right now? Oh my God.
And just like the 2024 sighting, they're equally as confused as to how these lights just turned into fireworks. I'm sorry, but I do not even know how to wrap my mind around that. But this whole thing gets even creepier. We're gonna go even farther down the rabbit hole. July 4th, 2019 in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Oh, that's high, Anthony. I'm telling you, that is very high. And I've never seen it before, have you?
No. Now what you're looking at is a real fireworks show, but there is an orb watching.
Because you saw it come fast, real close, didn't you? Is that thunder?
It could be.
Fireworks watched by UFO.
No, UFO watches fireworks. You have to go the way around.
Yeah.
On
Anthony, it's gone. It's turned red. It's look, it's moving. Is this unreal?
Is this an actual UFO, like legit?
Yeah. What the hell is that?
It's going pretty darn fast.
Yes, they're really going fast. Oh, you can't see in the camera because of the light.
And it's gone.
Like, guys, that is weird. When you consider the first two videos, some sort of craft mimicking fireworks, and then you see this, an orb studying fireworks, it's almost like it was taking notes.
If I was an alien race and I wanted people to get accustomed to the idea that they're being visited, I'd have things that behave like drones, no heat signature, but they still move and behave like drones, and they're not doing anything, so we assume they're drones. So you get people comfortable with the idea of things in the sky all the time. Then you make them a little more complex. You have a few of them that come by that don't make any sense.
For any of you guys watching this video who might be thinking, Dakota, you went too late. The drones and everything ended. It's over. I got news for you guys. It is not over, not even close. This footage is from New Jersey, December 26, 2024, which was last night. Maybe, maybe this is some hoax, this one, but it's not flashing the way a consumer drone would flash. It's definitely getting weird. It's gonna be a crazy day. I'm gonna go pick up Connor from the airport.
Have you ever heard of the 1561 Sky Battle? There was a
mass sighting of unexplained aerial phenomena. There's a bunch of orbs all over the place, a bunch of crosses. These all started to fight among themselves.
And so the interpretation was that the Lord was very angry with the people.
Oh, you guys, did you see that drone? Just kidding, guys. It's just a Cessna.
This isn't the only time this happened. In 1566, in the town of Basel,
there are white orbs, but then also just black ones.
We saw large black spheres coming and going with great speed.
They interpreted again as God was mad at them, and there was a judgment coming.
Then you'll do a little curve, and it's actually pretty clear over here. I am literally. Oh, this guy just hit a car.
Did he?
Yeah, dude, he just hit a car. That was awesome. Hey! Yo, that van just hit the car right in front of me. It's crazy. All right, I'm coming in.
Come on in. Get in. We're going drone hunting.
Okay. Drone hunting time.
Also, Merry Christmas. We're going drone hunting.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. What'd you get me? This guy got me something. A flashlight! Wait, is this like one of the really powerful ones?
500 lumens.
Yes, actually. How'd you know?
I knew it. I also happened to get you this thing today while I was waiting for you. I got some laser lights for us.
Fun fact, airports love those laser lights. They are huge fans.
3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3
So me and Connor, we just pulled off at a park and we're gonna be meeting with a man who's very credible. This man worked with the military for over 20 years here in Jersey. He worked on airplanes with the Air Force. I've known him for a few years because I'm not even gonna say how, but I've known this guy. He's 100% credible.
And you are just gonna have to trust us that this is someone credible because we are keeping him completely anonymous.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out of our way to make sure.
He told us basically, I can either not tell you this or I can tell you, but you have to keep me completely anonymous. So this is definitely in the best interest of this video. Can you just tell us or the viewers about your military experience?
So I've been in the United States military for about 20 years. I'm currently stationed in New Jersey. I don't want to get into specifics with my job, but I work with sensitive sensors and I work with the crews who use those out in the field.
You're like with the sensors, are these on plane or jets?
They can be on a lot of different things, but on jets and ground equipment too.
Have you ever had an experience with a UAP type craft?
So I haven't had any personal experience myself, but I know for a fact that something's going on here.
I know you can't say a lot, but can you tell me about any of the encounters you've heard other pilots have?
And so some of the crew that have gone out, they have mentioned many things that they've seen, but the one that really sticks out and gives me goosebumps even now is one afternoon, the air crew were out and they got tasked with investigating something that popped up on radar. As they got closer to it, they were just in visual range of it, and they mentioned that if it's spherical and metallic, which is really confusing. I mean, in all my experience, I don't know what spherical could be flying in the air. Then they were testing it closer to get a better visual range. They had everything on their sensors, but they couldn't tell what it was. They got closer, and as they got closer, all of their sensors malfunctioned at the same time. All the communications malfunctioned at the same time. And at the same time, the object, whatever it was, escaped to the east over the ocean, and it's just what the air crew in the dust.
How fast was it going?
They said ridiculously fast. So I've never seen all of the equipment go out like that. If equipment was to go out like that, it would mean that, like a jet, that means it would be completely without power.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Still had power, but it was the sensors that could detect it that went out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
When the air crew came back, we were talking to them, and the one guy just looked white as a ghost, and he had no idea what he had seen. He was just very visibly shaken.
I mean, I know people always use that expression, white as a ghost. Like, what does that look like?
It looks like he was about to pass out. Like he just had no blood in his face. Just very scary. Very scary.
These are probably seasoned people.
Trained crew members, yes.
Yeah.
And when was that experience? What year?
This was actually last year.
Last year? So this is before the media and people started looking this direction. Well before.
So that's the thing. All the media now is just focused on the drones that people are seeing now. This has been going on for well over a year now.
What do you think the drones are?
In my opinion, with what I know, I believe the drones are definitely U.S. government. And I believe the reason that there's so many of them now is we can't cover everything with our ground stations, our mobile crews, and aircraft.
So you're saying that they're military and they're up there, but they're there to survey and look for these other strange crafts like the orbs?
That's what my thought is, yes. These things tend to disappear when you get close to them, when you're trying to record them. When you're getting any data on them, that means you can't really protect their airspace. What better way to protect your airspace than to have a lot of drones and as much coverage as possible to scare them away.
Okay.
What do you think they're detecting? What are they looking for?
They're probably looking, number one thing I would be looking for is any weapon systems, any kind of heat signature.
There's a lot of people, multiple people saying it's China, there's a mothership off the ocean, and you're saying that you don't think it's that at all.
0% sure. There's no way that a foreign adversary would be flying drones in our airspace like this.
I don't know anything about aircraft, but what do you think these orbs are?
I have no idea what is spherical, what could be moving that fast. That's maybe this world. It's just thousands of years ahead of where we're at now. I would say, I mean, like it's way beyond us. There's no way it's us.
What do you think the ocean has to do with this? Do you think there's a connection?
Yeah. Like, why the ocean?
I really don't think that water is going to stop something that can travel that way. So what better way to move around than to be in the water?
Can you talk a little bit about what happened just a few weeks ago with the Coast Guard ship?
12 drones were following it in the water in the Atlantic Ocean.
And then the Coast Guard also advised that they went over them about 300 feet and had a wingspan of about 8 feet.
The captain wasn't sure where they're coming from. They tried to communicate with hand signals with lights, and they got no communication. They were just followed. When they reported it, the White House's response was, well, they probably misidentified it for aircraft. This is a senior captain on a ship. Like, this is their job. And then you had the event at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia last year, too.
A year ago today, roughly, Langley Air Force Base was taken offline by drones.
For 2 weeks, Langley had drone incursions, and it was the type of technology that our radar didn't detect them arriving.
Some of the FBI agents that have been assigned to look into this have reported drones flying over their homes as if to say, hey, we know where you are.
There's been a lot of military units that have been moved into the state over the past year to try to figure out what's going on.
We are about to go start exploring this kind of general area. Do you have like any recommendations where we should go tonight?
We will listen. Off the top of my head, Wharton State Forest. That's basically the center of the New Jersey Pine Barrens. Just to the west of Wharton State Forest, you have abandoned Nike silos that were used during the Cold War. So a lot of activity, but it's also very depopulated. And there's always a ton of rumors and stories from those woods. They are really creepy.
We connected a lot of dots. The drones are observing these orbs.
The orbs are real. The military doesn't understand them. Right now we're going to one of the abandoned silos that we were just told about.
Stokes Road for 5 miles.
And yeah, this is like right at the beginning of the Wharton Forest, the Pine Barrens. We're on the sunroof again of the car. We got a great view of the sky all around us. So
really good. We got flight radar stuff.
Nice. And also Connor showed up today with this bad boy. Let me turn it on. We got ourselves a thermal camera, guys. This is the FLIR E95. A lot of the claims out there is that these crafts are cold and they should be hot. And now we'll have a thermal to tell. Mysterious.
I think that's what we're seeing.
This is our Sony FX3 camera. The awesome thing about this camera is that it has insane low light capabilities. So this is what it looks like to my human eye. But this camera you can boost to look like daylight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at 320,000 ISO.
Right now, there are no airplanes around us currently. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Wait, what's the one right behind you?
Literally nothing.
What?
Dude, it's literally not showing up on flight radar. Get it on cam, just to see. Actually, do you want to get it on thermal?
Yeah.
Here, I'll get it on cam. This is not showing up on flight radar. It does just look like a plane though.
All right, yeah, so I do see it on thermal.
Okay.
Hot. It's hot, so that's good. Usually planes give off heat.
Yeah, it's just weird that it's not, it should be showing up on flight radar. Okay, so I just Googled if flight radar shows all flights, and it says it doesn't. Some military and government craft won't be displayed. Some of these craft we're seeing are either high profile or military government, which is still weird. Just noting that. Give it like 2 hours whenever a lot of the major commercial air flights will die down. We aren't sure what that dot is. We're driving, so it's tough to verify what that is. I don't know. Oh, no, I think it is a plane. It is a plane. Okay. All right. We are
in the forest.
Okay, there's no more houses. 25 miles an hour.
Wow, I have to go that slow through here? Fuck.
Oh, okay, wait, now the road just got, like, actually... The second we hit, like, a dirt road, that's how you know it's getting real.
Haven't seen a car yet, and I'm pretty sure we won't see many because, like, if I was gonna drive this road and I had to get through this forest, I would go around it. I would not take these little roads through it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we deliberately chose a path that was inconvenient because we wanted to choose the path less traveled. It looks like it's a never-ending dark road. It's really trippy. It's just straight forever. All right, I'm gonna cut. Hello.
It's clear that like the main theory right now is that these drones are searching for the orbs. I'm just gonna like kind of shine these into the sky, make some weird movements around, and just see if maybe we can actually attract a drone.
Holy crap.
I'm gonna go up with the laser now.
Yep. Oh wow, it looks so trippy on here. We are literally in the middle of nowhere. Okay, next time we roll, it's either because we see something unexplained or we are at our spot. So I'm gonna cut. Okay, stop. Oh fuck, this is...
We just started driving again, and there's looks like a police up ahead of us.
Can't really tell. It has blue flashing lights.
Hoping they're not here because of the flashing green light we just shot into the sky. There's definitely blue and red or something.
I only see blue.
Yeah, I guess it's only blue.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
Are they blocking the road?
Yeah.
Turn left.
Oh shit. What's going on?
Is everything all right?
Yeah.
Wait, is that a cop?
No.
Continue for half a mile.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't think that's legal. Because those were not police officers.
It's a completely white, unmarked car. They were blocking the road, so I had to like go off the road to get around him. And she didn't even look me at all. She just like kept staring forward.
And those people like did not seem like police officers. Like they weren't. They definitely weren't.
That was like a woman. They were just like didn't even look us in the eye. Were really hostile.
I have a feeling we're gonna rewatch that and it's gonna be even more uncanny. Right here in the moment, none of us have words for that type of interaction.
It's just weird.
There's kind of a lot happening. Bro, the roads are getting sketchy. We officially hit dirt road. All right, I'm gonna cut. This is the road that it's telling us to turn onto.
Dude, are we doing it?
Do it.
Dude, this doesn't even look like a road. Yo, I have a bad feeling.
What? Did we just hit something?
I think it's just sliding.
The last thing we want to do is blow a tire out here.
Wait.
This doesn't look right.
I want to get off this road bad.
I mean, you want to reverse it?
I don't have service.
We don't have service.
No.
No service at all. I'm kind of sketched out.
Me too. I don't like this. We flipped the car around. We're gonna go back the way we came, but first we're just gonna turn the car off, plant here, and look at the sky.
You guys are just seeing black right now. You can kind of see the outlines of the trees.
Man, I'm glad we got the thermal out here though.
Yeah, I can't see anything up in the sky. We are in the middle of the Pine Barrens. This is really weird.
I know, dude.
Being out here.
Right now we are on the beach. We're pretty much sandwiched between a bunch of beaches that all have claims. The ocean right in front of us is where the Coast Guard ship was followed by dozens of drones.
It's about 1 in the morning. I did not think I'd be on the beach.
Oh, there's the lighthouse. You see it?
Oh, yep, I see it, I see it.
So that's the lighthouse. Well, I can tell you right now, we're definitely the only heat signatures on this beach.
Dude, no one is here.
Shining the old laser light into the ocean. See if we can attract something.
It is kind of starting to rain. The clouds are here, which is lame.
Lame.
Those strange beings who landed in the Jersey farmland tonight. Solid metal. Martial law prevails throughout New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania.
We got really rained out and there's fog everywhere, so you can't even really see that far. We're gonna go find a hotel and get ready for tomorrow. It's gonna be an insane day on the ocean.
In the ocean?
Hopefully not in, but we're definitely gonna be on it. Everything in this investigation has led to the ocean. Every person we've talked to has led us to the ocean, and tonight we're gonna be on the ocean. We're gonna be on a massive sailboat. It's gonna be really dangerous, you guys. The weather's a little rocky, and this will probably be one of the most intense things we've ever done.
The visibility looks really bad.
Yeah.
And it is very thick fog. You wouldn't be able to tell where the ground is. I mean, I'm a pretty experienced boating person, but if I took you out right now with the Jersey Shore in this fog, it's scary from that side of things for me. Like, you can't see where the water ends, where the sky starts. It's just gray.
Yeah, totally. Well, maybe tomorrow I'll give you a call and we can talk about possible like future dates. Obviously, you can definitely tell what the captain was telling us. It is bad visibility tonight. We did find some things on X and online that we want to talk about.
Yes.
You found a clip last night.
Yeah. From, like, it was taken here in New Jersey on the coast.
Yeah, it's not as big anymore. It looks like a line with a dot in the middle. I did! It just vanished. I just watched it vanish from the telescope. Yeah.
All right,
Were you videoing?
It shows an orb and it just literally teleports
It disappears.
away. It disappears, but you can see how fast it moves. It actually captures a couple frames of it moving. Honestly, like, I'm really glad that we found that because that was taken within the last week.
Even though we didn't have any crazy encounters last night, there was a lot of people reporting stuff.
Yes.
And the main thing last night is people were talking about Asbury Park, which is where we are sitting right now. We're parked right here. It's a coastal city closer to New York. This specific coastline was hot last night with activity. And
even with it cloudy, there were still tons of reports last night here.
Even if we don't see anything, we have done everything right. We've put ourselves in the best possible places.
Yeah, very, very confident in saying that too.
We're on Long Branch Beach right now, and this is one of the hot spots. We just started, and we're gonna go all night. We're gonna be riding the coast, tracking this Facebook page, and we're just gonna see what we can see.
Don't see it.
Wait, there's in the clouds.
Oh, I think I saw it.
Yeah, there's something. So we just saw a light in the ocean. That's all I saw was a quick light. But it had to be low, whatever that was. We'll keep our eye out.
I see it.
That's on the ocean.
Wait. I thought it was up.
No, on the ocean, right there, on the level.
My camera's completely
oh, dude,
shot.
You gotta roll, just roll.
Yeah, I am.
I'm gonna get the thermal on, just...
I see it.
That is a light on the ocean.
Hold on, I'm gonna reset.
Nothing on thermal. You got it?
No.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's flashing. Do you see it?
Bro, dude, this whole thing is out of focus. I'm trying.
You stay here. I'm getting the other camera.
It will not let me focus. I see it. I literally see it. That's it right there. The camera will not focus, dude.
What is it?
It will not let me focus. My camera is malfunctioning right now. Jack, do you see it?
Yeah.
Are you able to see it, dude?
Yeah.
My bat's about to die. I'm gonna swap.
Swap now. Mine's about to die. Swap. Mine's dead. Dude, that went across the coast fast. And it's just hovering. Yeah, I got a cut. Alright, bro, I got a cut. Okay, I need to... I don't think that's a boat, dude. I didn't see it on thermal, and it went by so fast.
Bro, the manual focus does not work.
Alright, well, it disappeared into the fog.
This camera completely lost the ability to focus. Like, as soon as we saw it.
The thermal wasn't seeing it.
Wait, the thermal didn't even see it?
No, and that thing was probably 200, that's probably like 400 yards off the coast.
The whole reason we didn't even go out on a boat was because of visibility. Like, what boat is out there flying right now?
And it's not on thermal. That's why I just cut and ran to get this camera, because I'm like, pointless.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. But yours was literally going haywire.
It just stopped working. I switched to manual focus. It's completely like, it doesn't even work anymore.
The light appeared over there, and in a matter of maybe 1 to 2 minutes, came all the way across and disappeared over there. If that was a boat, it was going fucking fast, and it did not have any resistance to these waves.
Even though I couldn't focus, it was just a ball of light, just so you guys know. Like, it wasn't like a big craft or anything, it was just a ball of light, so.
It was a pure white ball of light.
Yes, almost blue, slight blue.
No flashing, and moving fast.
Deceivingly fast. It didn't inherently look fast, but by the time you came back, it was already almost gone. Was that in the water or above it? I couldn't tell.
It was hard to tell. It looked like it was riding the line between either on the water or above it. That was weird, guys. That's the weirdest thing we've seen all trip by far. We're just trying to look into this, what we just saw, trying to find out like what that possibly could have been. And
our first thought was like, it could have been a boat, right? My understanding, and I confirmed this with ChatGPT, is most boats, especially the Coast Guard, should have a red and a green light. Also a white light, so 3 different lights. Most, if not all, boats should have that. Vessels operating at night or in restricted visibility are required to display navigation lights, red, port, green, starboard, and white, the stern or masthead, to indicate their direction and position.
A lot of these drones, like the ones we're showing right now, you see navigation lights on them. You see a red and a green. You know this from boating and down, so they have the same things. Aircraft are the same thing that boats do. They have a red and a green. So it's not like they're from some outer atmosphere.
A fast-moving craft with only a white light and no red or green markers is unusual and potentially concerning.
The shape and brightness of the light never changed. There was never a red light. There was never a green light. Both me and you lost our battery too, and that's a weird thing too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys right now, the battery thing is weird. We wouldn't let the batteries get down to that low.
Whatever that was, like, it made us look like complete rookies.
Yes.
Like we had never filmed anything ever.
And then the speed too.
You didn't even capture it on the thermal.
No, it wasn't on thermal. And I'm telling you guys, this thing had to be anywhere from 300 to 500 yards off the coast. I'll show you right now. I'll point an arrow. This is exactly where the object was. Nothing on thermal. You got it?
No.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's flashing. Do you see it?
Bro, dude, this whole thing is out of focus and I'm trying.
You stay here, I'm getting the other camera. I'm gonna stop this right here just to tell you guys something that we didn't notice until right now. Right as I announced that the object is flashing, you see a strange flash on the entire screen of the thermal. But for about 2 frames right before that flash, oh, it's gone. Oh, it's flashing. It looks like we actually caught the object. There's a spherical cold spot right there, right before the flashing, and the object is gone again. I'm gonna keep looping this forward and reverse just so you can see the object. If it was dark like that, that means it was freezing cold, much colder than the ocean. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's flashing. So I don't know how to explain this one, you guys. We're not gonna come out 100% and say that this was for sure a UFO, but at the end of the day, it was extremely anomalous to us. Now after this, we did go over to Asbury Park for a couple hours. We watched the sky, kind of collected our thoughts, but ultimately nothing happened. So we headed back to the mainland where something did happen. We just started driving. We went to one of the hot spots, Millstone. We pulled off. We heard all these geese freaking out, and now there's these weird lights in the woods just flashing.
You can't even see.
And these geese are just freaking out.
What is that? Yo, what is that?
It's weird. These geese are freaking out. The geese stopped. What?
What? Okay, we're driving over right now.
I think I got a hooker right here.
What's in there? What are those things? Boy, is that a fenced off area? I think that's someone's yard.
Yeah.
Is this something for the geese?
All right, so that was kind of weird. Don't really know exactly what those are, but probably something to do with the geese, some sort of animal thing. But we're gonna keep driving, keep exploring this area. Really quick, actually.
What's up?
I'm just gonna pull up, while you're there, I just wanna pull up what happened here in this city.
Okay.
This is Millstone. This is the funniest fucking video I've ever seen, dude. It's the funniest thing. This guy is like recording in his apartment, out his window. He sees it, but you don't really see it as the audience.
Okay.
And he's like, babe!
Bae! Bae! Come here! Hurry up! Look! I told you it's a UFO, bro. Come here! Look at how much flashing lights there is.
Where?
Look right there, behind that tree. Look above the tree.
I'm looking at it. It's like a satellite.
It's a satellite.
Yes.
Yeah, like my fucking balls is a satellite.
Oh my god, it is. I'm looking at
Look, it's moving.
it. Because satellites move.
Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
I'm looking, Dad.
I'm running outside. Get off. Okay. Holy shit. You said this is a satellite? Goddamn satellite. I told that bitch. I told her.
I'm not even kidding, dude. Like under his breath, he's cursing her out, and like, I gotta show it to you once we land.
We gotta find this guy.
It's the funniest UFO video I've ever seen, and no one's seen it because I found it deep in Enigma. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed our investigation of the New Jersey drones. I've never edited so hard in my life, considering we only shot this a week ago, but we felt that this was super important and it needed to get out fast. I don't know what's going on in New Jersey. I thought the world would have an answer to these drones by now, but now knowing what I know, I don't think we're gonna get an answer for a long time. Before I leave you guys, I do have to tell you one last thing that's just freaking weird. Now, do you guys remember the Orson Welles 1930s radio broadcast where they scripted an alien invasion and half of the country had a panic attack? Yeah, same. But did you also remember that War of the Worlds took place in New Jersey? Yeah. I don't even know, you guys. Just so fucking confused these days. So fucking confused.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror.
10 units of Red Cross emergency workers have been assigned to the headquarters of the station outside of Grover's Mill, New Jersey. We take you now to Grover's Mill, New Jersey.
The cylindrical object which lies in a pit directly below our position. I can see their hiding place plainly in the glare of the searchlight here. Now, wait a minute, I see something on top of the cylinder. Solid metal, kind of a shield-like affair rising up out of the cylinder. But it's standing on legs, actually rearing up on a sort of metal framework. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a grave announcement to make. Those strange beings who landed in the Jersey farmlands tonight are the vanguard of an invading army from the planet Mars. 7,000 men armed with rifles and machine guns, 120 known survivors. The monster is now in control of the middle section of New Jersey and has effectively cut the state through its center. Communication lines are down from Pennsylvania to the Atlantic Ocean. Martial law prevails throughout New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania. They seem to be making a conscious effort to avoid destruction of cities and countryside. Here is a bulletin from Basking Ridge, New Jersey. Coon hunters have stumbled on a second cylinder similar to the first. Bayonne, New Jersey, calling Langham Field. Come in, please. Langham Field, go ahead. 8 Army bombers in engagement with enemy tripod machines over Jersey Flats. This is Newark, New Jersey. Newark, New Jersey. Warning, poisonous black smoke pouring in from Jersey marshes.
Our army is wiped out. Artillery, Air Force, everything wiped out. This may be the last broadcast. We'll stay here to the end. This is the end now.
When
This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area for news and official information. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test. For the next 60 seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test.
Even the most
The War of the Worlds, performed by David Tennant. But who shall dwell in these worlds if they be inhabited? Are we or they lords of the world? And how are all things made for man? Kepler, quoted in The Anatomy of Melancholy. Book 1. The Coming of the Martians. Chapter 1. The Eve of the War. No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that this world was being watched keenly and closely by intelligences greater than man's, and yet as mortal as his own. That as men busied themselves about their various concerns, they were scrutinized and studied, perhaps almost as narrowly as a man with a microscope might scrutinize the transient creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. With infinite complacency, men went to and fro over this globe about their little affairs, serene in their assurance of their empire over matter. It is possible that the infusoria under the microscope do the same. No one gave a thought to the older worlds of space as sources of human danger, or thought of them only to dismiss the idea of life upon them as impossible or improbable. It is curious to recall some of the mental habits of those departed days. At most, terrestrial men fancied there might be other men upon Mars, perhaps inferior to themselves and ready to welcome a missionary enterprise. Yet across the gulf of space, minds that are to our minds as ours are to those of the beasts that perish, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes, and slowly and surely drew their plans against us. And early in the 20th century came the Great Disillusionment. The planet Mars, I scarcely need remind the reader, revolves about the Sun at a mean distance of 140 million miles, and the light and heat it receives from the Sun is barely half of that received by this world. It must be, if the nebular hypothesis has any truth, older than our world, and long before this Earth ceased to be molten, life upon its surface must have begun its course. The fact that it is scarcely 1/7 of the volume of the Earth must have accelerated its cooling to the temperature at which life could begin. It has air and water and all that is necessary for the support of animated existence. Yet so vain is man, and so blinded by his vanity, that no writer, up to the very end of the 19th century, expressed any idea that intelligent life might have developed there far, or indeed at all, beyond its earthly level. Nor was it generally understood that since Mars is older than our Earth, with scarcely 1/4 of the superficial area and remoter from the Sun, it necessarily follows that it is not only more distant from time's beginning, but nearer its end. The secular cooling that must someday overtake our planet has already gone far indeed with our neighbour. Its physical condition is still largely a mystery, but we know now that even in its equatorial region the midday temperature barely approaches that of our coldest winter. Its air is much more attenuated than ours. Its oceans have shrunk until they cover but 1/3 of its surface, and as its slow seasons change, huge snowcaps gather and melt about either pole and periodically inundate its temperate zones. That last stage of exhaustion, which to us is still incredibly remote, has become a present-day problem for the inhabitants of Mars. The immediate pressure of necessity has brightened their intellects, enlarged their powers, and hardened their hearts. And looking across space with instruments and intelligences such as we have scarcely dreamed of, they see, at its nearest distance only 35 million of miles sunward of them, a morning star of hope, our own warmer planet, green with vegetation and grey with water, with a cloudy atmosphere eloquent of fertility, with glimpses through its drifting cloud wisps of broad stretches of populous country and narrow, navy-crowded seas. And we men, the creatures who inhabit this earth, must be to them at least as alien and lowly as are the monkeys and lemurs to us. The intellectual side of man already admits that life is an incessant struggle for existence, and it would seem that this too is the belief of the minds upon Mars. Their world is far gone in its cooling, and this world is still crowded with life, but crowded only with what they regard as inferior animals. To carry warfare sunward is, indeed, their only escape from the destruction that, generation after generation, creeps upon them. And before we judge of them too harshly, we must remember what ruthless and utter destruction our own species has wrought, not only upon animals, such as the vanished bison and the dodo, but upon its inferior races. The Tasmanians, in spite of their human likeness, were entirely swept out of existence in a war of extermination waged by European immigrants in the space of 50 years. Are we such apostles of mercy as to complain if the Martians warred in the same spirit? The Martians seem to have calculated their descent with amazing subtlety. Their mathematical learning is evidently far in excess of ours, and to have carried out their preparations with a well-nigh perfect unanimity. Had our instruments permitted it, we might have seen the gathering trouble far back in the 19th century. Men like Schiaparelli watched the red planet. It is odd, by the by, that for countless centuries Mars has been the star of war, but failed to interpret the fluctuating appearances of the markings they mapped so well. All that time, the Martians must have been getting ready. During the opposition of 1894, a great light was seen on the illuminated part of the disk, first at the Lick Observatory, then by Periton of Nice, and then by other observers. English readers heard of it first in the issue of Nature dated August 2nd. I am inclined to think that this blaze may have been the casting of the huge gun in the vast pit sunk into their planet from which their shots were fired at us. Peculiar markings, as yet unexplained, were seen near the site of that outbreak during the next two oppositions. The storm burst upon us 6 years ago now. As Mars approached opposition, Lavelle of Java set the wires of the astronomical exchange palpitating with the amazing intelligence of a huge outbreak of incandescent gas upon the planet. It had occurred towards midnight of the 12th, and the spectroscope, to which he had at once resorted, indicated a mass of flaming gas, chiefly hydrogen, moving with an enormous velocity towards this Earth. This jet of fire had become invisible about 12:15. He compared it to a colossal puff of flame suddenly and violently squirted out of the planet, as flaming gases rushed out of a gun. A singularly appropriate phrase, it proved. Yet the next day there was nothing of this in the papers, except a little note in the Daily Telegraph, and the world went in ignorance of one of the gravest dangers that ever threatened the human race. I might not have heard of the eruption at all, had I not met Ogilvy, the well-known astronomer at Ottershaw. He was immensely excited at the news, and in the excess of his feelings invited me up to take a turn with him that night in scrutiny of the red planet. In spite of all that has happened since, I still remember that vigil very distinctly. The black and silent observatory, the shadowed lantern throwing a feeble glow upon the floor in the corner, the steady ticking of the clockwork of the telescope, the little slit in the roof, an oblong profundity with the stardust streaked across it. Ogilvy moved about, invisible but audible. Looking through the telescope, one saw a circle of deep blue and the little round planet swimming in the field. It seemed such a little thing, so bright and small and still, faintly marked with transverse stripes and slightly flattened from the perfect round. But so little it was, so silvery warm, a pin's head of light. It was as if it quivered, but really this was the telescope vibrating with the activity of the clockwork that kept the planet in view. As I watched, the planet seemed to grow larger and smaller and to advance and recede, but that was simply that my eye was tired. 40 millions of miles it was from us, more than 40 millions of miles of void. Few people realize the immensity of vacancy in which the dust of the material universe swims. Near it in the field, I remember, were 3 faint points of light, 3 telescopic stars infinitely remote, and all around it was the unfathomable darkness of empty space. You know how that blackness looks on a frosty starlight night. In a telescope it seems far profounder, and invisible to me because it was so remote and small, flying swiftly and steadily towards me across that incredible distance, drawing nearer every minute by so many thousands of miles, came the thing they were sending us. The thing that was to bring so much struggle and calamity and death to the earth. I never dreamed of it then as I watched. No one on earth dreamed of that unerring missile. That night, too, there was another jetting out of gas from the distant planet. I saw it. A reddish flash at the edge, the slightest projection of the outline just as the chronometer struck midnight. And at that I told Ogilvy and he took my place. The night was warm and I was thirsty, and I went stretching my legs clumsily and feeling my way in the darkness to the little table where the siphon stood, while Ogilvy exclaimed at the streamer of gas that came out towards us. That night, another invisible missile started on its way to the Earth from Mars, just a second or so under 24 hours after the first one. I remember how I sat on the table there in the blackness, with patches of green and crimson swimming before my eyes. I wished I had a light to smoke by, little suspecting the meaning of the minute gleam I had seen and all that it would presently bring me. Ogilvy watched till 1 and then gave it up, and we lit the lantern and walked over to his house. Down below in the darkness were Ottershaw and Chertsey and all their hundreds of people sleeping in peace. He was full of speculation that night about the condition of Mars, and scoffed at the vulgar idea of its having inhabitants who were signalling us. His idea was that meteorites might be falling in a heavy shower upon the planet, or that a huge volcanic explosion was in progress. He pointed out to me how unlikely it was that organic evolution had taken the same direction in the 2 adjacent planets. "The chances against anything man-like on Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, he said. Hundreds of observers saw the flame that night, and the night after about midnight, and again the night after, and so for 10 nights, a flame each night. Why the shot ceased after the 10th, no one on Earth has attempted to explain. It may be the gases of the firing caused the Martians inconvenience, dense clouds of smoke or dust, visible through a powerful telescope on Earth as little grey fluctuating patches, spread through the clearness of the planet's atmosphere and obscured its more familiar features. Even the daily papers woke up to the disturbances at last, and popular notes appeared here, there, and everywhere concerning the volcanoes upon Mars. The serio-comic periodical Punch, I remember, made a happy use of it in the political cartoon. And, all unsuspected, those missiles the Martians had fired at us drew earthward, rushing now at a pace of many miles a second through the empty gulf of space, hour by hour and day by day, nearer and nearer. It seems to me now almost incredibly wonderful that, with that swift fate hanging over us, men could go about their petty concerns as they did. I remember how jubilant Markham was at securing a new photograph of the planet for the illustrated paper he edited in those days. People in these latter times scarcely realised the abundance and enterprise of our 19th century papers. For my own part, I was much occupied in learning to ride the bicycle, and busy upon a series of papers discussing the probable developments of moral ideas as civilization progressed. One night, the first missile then could scarcely have been 10 million miles away, I went for a walk with my wife. It was starlight, and I explained the signs of the zodiac to her, and pointed out Mars, a bright dot of light creeping zenithward towards which so many telescopes were pointed. It was a warm night. Coming home, a party of excursionists from Chertsey or Isleworth passed us, singing and playing music. There were lights in the upper windows of the houses as the people went to bed. From the railway station in the distance came the sound of shunting trains, ringing and rumbling, softened almost into melody by the distance. My wife pointed out to me the brightness of the red, green and yellow signal lights hanging in a framework against the sky. It seemed so safe and tranquil. Chapter 2. The Falling Star. Then came the night of the first falling star. It was seen early in the morning, rushing over Winchester eastward, a line of flame high in the atmosphere. Hundreds must have seen it and taken it for an ordinary falling star. Albin described it as leaving a greenish streak behind it that glowed for some seconds. Denning, our greatest authority on meteorites, stated that the height of its first appearance was about 90 or 100 miles. It seemed to him that it fell to Earth about 100 miles east of him. I was at home at that hour and writing in my study, and although my French windows faced towards Ottershaw and the blind was up, for I loved in those days to look up at the night sky, I saw nothing of it. Yet this strangest of all things that ever came to Earth from outer space must have fallen while I was sitting there, visible to me had I only looked up as it passed. Some of those who saw its flight say it travelled with a hissing sound. I myself heard nothing of that. Many people in Berkshire, Surrey and Middlesex must have seen the fall of it, and at most have thought that another meteorite had descended. No one seems to have troubled to look for the fallen mass that night. But very early in the morning, poor Ogilvy, who had seen the shooting star and who was persuaded that a meteorite lay somewhere on the common between Horsell, Ottershaw and Woking, rose early with the idea of finding it. Find it he did, soon after dawn, and not far from the sand pits. An enormous hole had been made by the impact of the projectile, and the sand and gravel had been flung violently in every direction over the heath, forming heaps visible a mile and a half away. The heather was on fire eastward, and a thin blue smoke rose against the dawn. The thing itself lay almost entirely buried in sand, amidst the scattered splinters of a fir tree it had shivered to fragments in its descent. The uncovered part had the appearance of a huge cylinder, caked over, and its outline softened by a thick, scaly, dun-coloured incrustation. It had a diameter of about 30 yards. He approached the mass, surprised at the size, and more so at the shape, since most meteorites are rounded more or less completely. It was, however, still so hot from its flight through the air as to forbid his near approach. A stirring noise within its cylinder he ascribed to the unequal cooling of its surface, for at the time it had not occurred to him that it might be hollow. He remained standing at the edge of the pit that the thing had made for itself, staring at its strange appearance, astonished chiefly at its unusual shape and colour, and dimly perceiving even then some evidence of design in its arrival. The early morning was wonderfully still, and the sun, just clearing the pine trees towards Weybridge, was already warm. He did not remember hearing any birds that morning. There was certainly no breeze stirring, and the only sounds were the faint movements from within the cindery cylinder. He was all alone on the common. Then suddenly he noticed with a start that some of the grey clinker, the ashy incrustation that covered the meteorite, was falling off the circular edge of the end. It was dropping off in flakes and raining down upon the sand. A large piece suddenly came off and fell with a sharp noise that brought his heart into his mouth. For a minute, he scarcely realised what this meant, and although the heat was excessive, he clambered down into the pit close to the bulk to see the thing more clearly. He fancied even then that the cooling of the body might account for this, but what disturbed that idea was the fact that the ash was falling only from the end of the cylinder. And then he perceived that, very slowly, the circular top of the cylinder was rotating on its body. It was such a gradual movement that he discovered it only through noticing that a black mark that had been near him 5 minutes ago was now at the other side of the circumference. Even then he scarcely understood what this indicated, until he heard a muffled grating sound and saw the black mark jerk forward an inch or so. Then the thing came upon him in a flash. The cylinder was artificial, hollow, with an end that screwed out. Something within the cylinder was unscrewing the top. "Good heavens," said Ogilvy. "There's a man in it. Men in it, half roasted to death, trying to escape." At once, with a quick mental leap, he linked the thing with the flash upon Mars. The thought of the confined creature was so dreadful to him that he forgot the heat and went forward to the cylinder to help turn. But luckily, the dull radiation arrested him before he could burn his hands on the still glowing metal. At that, he stood irresolute for a moment, then turned, scrambled out of the pit, and set off running wildly into Woking. The time then must have been somewhere about 6 o'clock. He met a waggoner and tried to make him understand, but the tale he told and his appearance were so wild, his hat had fallen off in the pit, that the man simply drove on. He was equally unsuccessful with the potman who was just unlocking the doors of the public house by Horsell Bridge. The fellow thought he was a lunatic at large, and made an unsuccessful attempt to shut him into the tap-room. That sobered him a little, and when he saw Henderson, the London journalist, in his garden, he called over the palings and made himself understood. "Henderson," he called, "you saw that shooting star last night?" "Well," said Henderson, "it's on Horsell Common now." "Good Lord," said Henderson. "Fallen meteorite? That's good." "But it's something more than a meteorite. It's a cylinder. An artificial cylinder, man, and there's something inside." Henderson stood up with his spade in his hand. "What's that?" he said. He was deaf in one ear. Ogilvy told him all that he had seen. Henderson was a minute or so taking it in. Then he dropped his spade, snatched up his jacket, and came out into the road. The two men hurried back at once to the common and found the cylinder still lying in the same position. But now the sounds inside had ceased, and a thin circle of bright metal showed between the top and the body of the cylinder. Air was either entering or escaping at the rim with a thin, sizzling sound. They listened, rapped on the scaly burnt metal with a stick, and, meeting with no response, they both concluded the man or men inside must be insensible or dead. Of course, the two were quite unable to do anything. They shouted consolation and promises and went off back to the town again to get help.
This
One
is a
can
test.
imagine them
For the next
covered with
60
sand.
seconds, this station will conduct a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test.